From Prometheus to the Batman who laughs, the Caped Crusader has had some of the sickest villains in the history of comic books. But one in particular stands out from the rest, Batman himself. Shocking, right?
You wanted me. Here I am.
I wanted to see what you'd do. And you didn't disappoint. You let 5 people die.
Now imagine you've got a Bruce Wayne who is equally smart and resourceful.
There's one thing I've never been very good at. Saying thank you.
But has an exactly opposite moral compass. Sounds terrifying. Think all the way back to Justice League Doom. What if Vandal Savage didn't have to alter Batman's plans to kill the members of the Justice League? What if Batman had precise plans to kill them himself?
Several hours ago, I captured a burglar, part of a team stealing classified weapons technology from Star Lab. He's a Kasnian Special Forces officer.
There would be no stopping him because he wouldn't botch up a single thing. Of course, there's someone that exists in DC's multiverse like that. I'm talking about Owlman. He's truly the dark opposite of Batman.
You're supposed to call first.
What's the point of having your keys if I can't drop in unexpectedly? Still looking for the quantum trigger?
Yes, but in the meantime, I've been working on something equally interesting.
If you guys don't remember, let me jog your memory. You probably saw him in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. He was a member of the crime syndicate from Earth 3. Of course, along with him, there were twisted mirror versions of other Justice League heroes, such as Ultraman, Superwoman, and Johnny Quick. And while he didn't have any superpowers like his partners in crime, he was the most ruthless member of the crime syndicate. The thing is that he wanted to destroy Earth Prime, which would, in turn, destroy every single Earth from the multiverse. He didn't tell his exact plan to any member of the crime syndicate. This includes his love interest, Superwoman. Of course, he wasn't as emotionally invested in her.
I take it back. You're much crazier than I am.
Don't get in my way.
To the contrary. I'm in.
But it was just stone cold of him to manipulate everyone around him like that. And he knows that destroying Earth Prime will mean that he's going to die as well. But he accepts that cost. That's what makes him so dangerous. Much like Batman, he's willing to do anything to get his way. But that's not even the worst part. Owlman is invincible. Yep, he is.
Where were the other drugs going?
I never knew. I don't know. I swear to God.
Swear to me!
He can never be truly destroyed. Why? Because he's just so cosmically important. This was revealed in Dark Knight's Death Metal, Metaverse's End. Green Lantern explains to Owlman that no matter how many times he dies, a crisis event occurs, and this causes the universe to reset and bring him back. He must exist in some sort of capacity for DC's universe to function. This is what makes this dark version of Batman so critically different from the rest. He just can't die. This makes him as significant as the Dark Knight himself. I have existed in every iteration of our multiverse. If it survives, that means I survive. That's the claim Owlman makes. No other Batman villain can say that. Yes, guys, I know this doesn't make him the scariest. All I'm saying is that he's the most important of all the Batman villains. But who is he actually? Well, he is none other than Bruce Wayne's brother. At least the new 52 version of him is. Surprise, surprise. But not from the main Earth. Thomas Wayne Jr. comes from an Earth from an antimatter universe. And much like Batman, he doesn't have any superpowers. Instead, he too relies on his intellect, technology, and his martial arts skills to get stuff done. He even takes on Dick Grayson as an apprentice. But as you might have guessed, there's a twist there as well. Seeing the talents of young Master Dick, Owlman arranges for the murder of his parents so he can recruit the boy. Here, Grayson takes up the moniker of Talon. As this version of the Owlman is killed off at the end of Death Metal, Multiverse's End, he kind of respawns, this time in Earth 3. He's still Thomas Wayne Jr. though, but this time he has an army of Talons to do all of his bidding. Yeah, I know it sounds cool, guys, but he uses them for evil mostly, and he wants to keep himself hidden from the world, preferring to be more of an urban legend than anything else. This is very important to him for some reason, so much so that he has Alfred kill off someone who took his photo. Not the actual Alfred, obviously. He got his own to do that, but messed up as he is, if you ask me, he doesn't even come close to the most twisted version of the Dark Knight. The crown for the scary scariest still rests with the Batman Who Laughs. This guy is absolutely terrifying. The writers of the Death Metal series delivered an absolute masterpiece. I mean, a mixture of Batman and the Joker, embodying their worst parts. That's an absolute nightmare from hell. Truly the darkest villain in all of DC's multiverse. The guy went on a killing spree on his world, taking out every single member of the Justice League, but he didn't want to stop there. He then went on the main Earth of DC's multiverse and almost killed the whole Justice League there as well. How was he stopped, you ask? Diana had to level planets and fight him to the end of the time. Literally, he wasn't going to go down that easy. But that came later. First, he was chainsawed to death by Wonder Woman at the end of the first issue of Death Metal. But he doesn't stay that way for long.
It seems that magic always has a price. What would I have to give to make you lift your spell on Diana?
Some of his followers transfer his brain into the body of Bruce Wayne. And not just any Bruce Wayne, the one with the powers of Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. That's a huge upgrade to the Darkest Knight and becomes the threat to the whole of the multiverse. Diana had to step in once again, of course, but she too needed an upgrade to match. So for that, she goes into the Forge of Worlds. She dips her lasso into Forge, which turns her into gold. And she's also filled with anti-crisis energy. That's quite something if you ask me. Wonder Woman then leads the remaining heroes and villains of the multiverse into the final showdown against the Batman Who Laughs and his minions. The two of them battle across time and space. In the meanwhile, Batman and Superman are fighting off an army of evil Robins and a messed up version of Superman, Kill-All. Diana finally rams the Darkest Knight into the heart of a dying star at the end of time. This is how the scariest villain of the DC multiverse comes to an end, screaming into the fires of oblivion. It was an epic battle, and it also served as a reminder of why Wonder Woman is one of the strongest characters out there. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo have given us some really amazing arcs and gruesome brawls throughout their partnership, but this one was just phenomenal. It also provides a solid end to the series and the villain who had been terrorizing the multiverse since 2016. As awesome as the Batman Who Laughs was, he still died, and he's probably going to stay dead. It doesn't really matter how powerful he got by the end of the series, he wasn't as important to the multiverse as Owlman is. It's also unlikely that the Darkest Knight is going to come back, simply because the thing that was making the dark multiverse has also been stopped. But Owlman is a different beast altogether. He must always exist. So far, he has died 3 times, and in every single crisis event, he has returned. That certainly makes him more cosmically important than the Batman Who Laughs ever will be. One thing's for certain though, whether it's the Batman Who Laughs, Owlman, or just simply plain old Joker, Batman has got some of the best and the most twisted villains ever. I can't think of a single superhero that has had to face such psychological nightmares on a daily basis. People aren't drawn to Batman because he's a millionaire or because he dresses up and fights crime at night. They're drawn to him because of the adversity he faces and eventually overcome. That's just the best part of the Caped Crusader. That's all about how Owlman is the most important Batman villain. See you in the next one.
Aren't you supposed to be helping?
I am helping. I'm improving the ambiance.
Well, in a way, that's what I am planning to do.